Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. And in this video, we're going to talk about our national parks. And we think they're pristine, but the polluted parks report just came out, which this MSN article says is an update from its 2019 version, and it is put out by the National Parks Conservation Association, which in this article here, according to the Smithsonian, right here, the National Parks Conservation Association, the NPCA, it was founded in 1919. That's a lot of foresight back in 1919 going, we have a national park service, but we better have a conservation association. But they are an advocacy group that aims to protect and enhance the country's national park. And this month it released its latest Polluted Parks report, which includes analysis of air quality collected by 399 national parks across the country in 2021. It explores how 4 climate change related threats, drought, sea level rise, invasive species, and wildfires are affecting national parks. And invasive species is actually a big one. The Smithsonian article really has the most amount of information. That this was covered a bunch of places. Fox, Outdoors, MSN, right here, USA Today, Yahoo, all of these, they basically kind of all say the same thing. Sequoia and Kings Canyon was at the top of that list. And right here, the California Joint Park, it's these two are connected. The Sequoia National Park and Kings Canyon. It's an incredible place. California Joint Parks face several climate change threats from wildfires, drought, and invasive species. Yeah. So the Kings Canyon in Sequoia, it's just it's an incredible park. Right here, there's 5 things you didn't know about Kings Canyon and Sequoia, but it is home to the largest living thing on Earth. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it is General Sherman, which is this giant sequoia. This next paragraph here, it stands 270 feet tall, is more than 36 feet 11 meters in diameter at its widest. Yeah. And the National Park Service says the General Sherman is the largest known tree on Earth when measured by volume. It is a spectacular tree. These sequoias, you're just looking up the whole time you're in the park. And in this Fox article right here, they show the General Sherman protecting the park. It says that the Operations Section Chief John Wallace overlooks General Sherman, where the historic tree was protected by structure wrap from fires. So yeah, they were trying to keep this giant going. So these trees have survived 2,200 years. I think this says right here, and maybe it's in the Smithsonian. Right, this Outdoors article says the General Sherman, where it has been growing for over 2,200 years in Sequoia National Park. So yeah, 2,200 years old. But this polluted parks report, it says that there's concern with visibility, health, and nature. And it breaks out, it says 98% of parks suffer from haze pollution. 96 of national 96% of national parks have sensitive species and natural habitats harmed by sulfur and nitrogen deposition and ozone pollution. And 96% of parks face ozone pollution problems that negatively affect human health. And this EPA page here says that ozone in the air we breathe can harm our health, especially on hot, sunny days when ozone can reach unhealthy levels. People at greatest risk of harm from breathing air containing ozone include people with asthma. So right here's a little picture, the calculation, NOx plus VOC plus heat and sunlight is equal to ozone. So it says that ground level ozone or bad ozone is not emitted directly into the air, but it is created by chemical reactions between NOx and VOCs in the presence of heat and sunlight. So, yeah, ozone is not good for humans. And these parks, let me see, a lot of these articles have a list of the the worst parks. And so it says the 10 worst offenders in unhealthy air category are Sequoia and Kings Canyon, Joshua Tree, Mojave National Preserve, Yosemite, Carlsbad Cavern, Death Valley, Indiana Dunes, Guadalupe National Park, Rocky Mountain, and White Sands. So California has 5 in the top 10 unhealthy air category. And there is a list for the worst national parks for hazy skies. Again, Sequoia and Kings Canyon are at the top of the list. Then Gateway Arch, Mammoth Caves, Carlsbad Cavern, Indiana Dunes, Hot Springs, Death Valley, Channel Islands, Dry Tortugas, and Pinnacles Park in California. So, yeah, hazy skies. When you go to these parks, you expect that you are just going to see beautiful, things forever. But look right here, the Smithsonian article, Smithsonian. The air pollution can obscure miles of scenery at Joshua National Tree Park. So that's what you can see a lot of places. Down here in the articles, it says that hazy skies obscure the views of national parks' natural beauty. The report found that on average, visitors miss out on roughly 50 miles of scenery because of air pollution. So it seems to me that this haze right here, definitely could take off 50 miles. So, these parks, you go to them and right, they think, right here, America's national parks may conjure up visions of pristine wilderness and clear skies, but many of these protected public landscapes are suffering from air pollution and facing threats stemming from human-caused climate change. So here it talks about the ozone that they talk about. And it says, in the atmosphere, ozone helps protect Earth's surface from the sun's ultraviolet radiation, but when it forms near the ground, a chemical reaction caused by sunlight, heat, and pollutants, it irritates the lungs and can cause coughing, and inflammation, sore throat, and pain while breathing, amongst other issues. And it says ozone pollution can stunt the growth of trees and weaken plants. So, because right here, it says air pollution not only makes it harder for people to breathe, but it can also harm plants and animals. So, it's, invisible, but these detriments are out there. And they say that it's not a surprise that air pollution is a problem in California. I think people know this, but we see that the sequoias and the Joshua trees and all of these places are really having an outsized experience of air pollution and climate threats. Of course, that's everywhere, climate threats. So, right here, invasive species were the most prevalent issue, affecting 113 parks, followed by wildfire with 95 parks, drought 75 parks, and sea level rise 48 parks. In Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, for example, warmer winters are making it easy for pests like the hemlock, woolly ADELGID, Adagid, and to thrive and proliferate. These invasive insects are attacking the park's eastern hemlocks. And without intervention, there's a very real possibility that this insect pest could eliminate eastern hemlocks in the Shenandoah's ecosystem. I know when I lived in Vail in the 90s, the pine beetle came through, and like the forest of just went brown. It was tree after tree after tree affected and then died. So they say that the Everglades is contending with rising sea levels, and which are causing salt water to infiltrate the park's freshwater marshes and mangrove forests. And Wind Cave National Park, that's a cool park if you ever get there. When you stand inside this cave at the right time, the wind makes this sound. It is suffering from more frequent and severe drought conditions, with the increased risk of wildfire, and put stress on the park's buffaloes. Yeah, there's a bunch of buffaloes out there. And it attaches to a state park too, which, Custer State Park, maybe, something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of buffaloes out through there, but, our parks are right here. It says, and National Park spokesman, tells this person that the federal agency is actively working to respond to climate change through a variety of programs. Well, not really. I know that they can't be bothered doing a lot of things like educating all of their guests and ending their disposable society and all of their concessions and being leadership by example. I know that. So I don't agree with that, but everything we do, it affects things. And right now, our national parks are not the pristine that they were when, national parks were created. The national park, it was created on August 25th, 1916 by the Congress. And that's pretty interesting, because just a few years later, in 1919, the National Parks Conservation Association opened up to try to help the Park Service, I guess, keep these parks pristine. But right now, everything we do gets moved by air and water, and pollution and invasive species do too. So our parks are in need of some attention. And the thing is down here at the bottom of this page here, I mean, it's kind of silly. Here's their solution of strengthening laws and regulations. My God, putting people first, holding polluters accountable. Okay, definitely, though, the people that drill for oil are the people that are the problem. Engaging park activists. First of all you have to do is to get individual cooperation, and then have people have responsible operations in their park, and then you don't need any to strengthen laws. Okay, come on. Let's get real. We just need solutions. Laws aren't solutions. And be living responsibly and taking a lot of this pollution out of the air can easily happen. And it isn't by their Mickey Mouse holding people about holding polluters accountable. Oh, the people that provide you the oil so that you can, get in your car and you can have all your disposable society. I mean, are you kidding me? And you can get in that kayak and you can go out on the lake in the national park. They're the people that need to be held accountable. No. Everybody needs to be held accountable, just living responsibly. So stay tuned, people.